Greetings, RC Model Geeks, and here we are in the shed yet again for part 4 of the DW Hobby Fokker triplane build, or the DR1. So today is the fuselage, and there is some of the assembly drawings of it. So I'm going to find some bits and look at how this goes together. So we'll be back soon when we're ready to go. Okay, I've just started to sort the parts out for the fuselage, and just one little gotcha here so far. Nothing major, but something to look out for. This is the front former, and obviously it's got loads and loads of cutouts in it. Those cutouts have also got extra parts in them. Right, if I put that one back in there, you can see that's got an F24, which is the little circle. Always write what the part is on the actual part, you know, because by the time you've broken them all out, you'll have forgotten what half the parts are. Also, on this centre section here, you can see there's 4 more of F24. Once you've broken them out, like that, you will see there's another little former here. And this is actually M2, which is part of the motorbox assembly. So you want to be careful when you're just breaking bits out that you don't go and trash this part thinking it's scrap, when it's actually one of the formers, M2. Okay, I'm going to carry on and come back to you in a bit. Okay, things are progressing. So what I'm doing at the moment is basically dry fitting pretty much everything along one side, just to see where it all goes, how it fits, and working out the methodology of how to put this together as easily as possible. So which bits you need to glue first, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, none of this is glued. This is all just slotted together at the moment. Yeah, I'm just finding, you know, where formers go, stuff like that. You know, and if there's blind nuts that need to be installed, where they should be installed and when, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of parts here. I mean, I have to say, it all fits together perfectly. Yeah, you can't go wrong with it, really. So yeah, it's taking longer than normal because, you know, I am writing the assembly instructions for this plane as well. So yeah, but we're almost at the point of putting this fuselage together. So I'll probably take everything out again now and start doing the bits that I think need to be done. So I'll come back with you when the real construction of the fuselage actually starts. Okay, the bench is clear and it's time to start building this fuselage. So first things we're going to do is laminate some doublers together, which consists of these 3 parts. These are F38 1, which is that one, and F38 2, which there is 2 of per side. And they're basically going to go together like that. And be glued together. Now they are the mounting for the undercarriage, and once they are glued together, we're going to be putting a couple of blind nuts in here and here. Now you've got to make up 2 sets of these, a left and a right-handed one. So make sure that you get this on the right side when you put them together. Otherwise you'll end up with 2 the same and it's not gonna work. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to glue them together, get them out of the way. The second thing we're going to do is put these 2 formers together, which are F35 2s, which is that one there and that one there, and we're making up 2 sets again of those. And I'm just going to get my gun while I shoot the builders across the road. Because every time I start speaking, they decide to make a noise. Right, so there you go. So that is the second lot we're going to glue together. So we're going to make up 2 of those and 2 of these, and I'll be back with you when I've done it. I'm going to epoxy these together, just mainly because, you know, I want the strength in these. I could use wood glue, it just takes a little bit too long to dry off, and I don't really want to use super glue on those parts because they're taking quite a lot of load, like the undercarriage. So back soon when I've glued them together. Okay, we are progressing slowly in the heat. So I've glued together these formers, the F38, the 2s and the 1, to make up this laminated former. Next thing we've got to do to this is put in some of these blind nuts. Now if I measure the thickness of the blind nut compared to the thickness of the bit of wood, the blind nuts will protrude. Now that's a little bit of a problem because we've got a metal plate that goes in here, which is the undercarriage, and obviously that the end of that wants the end of this blind nut wants to be flush with the top of that. If it sticks out, then the undercarriage can't go in there properly. So there are 2 options: either have a spacer on the back here made of wood, or cut down that blind nut so that it's slightly shorter. So I think probably what I'm going to do for this one is I think I'll probably just grind these down, grind the blind nuts down slightly so that they don't protrude out of there, rather than making another bit to go on the back here to double it up a little bit more. Okay, back with you when I've done a bit of bodging. Okay, so I've got the blind nuts in there. One there, one there. Let's turn them round so you can see I've got a handed pair. There you go, with the blind nuts nicely inserted in there. So those are the main parts that you've got to pre-do before you can start working on the sides of the plane. So we've got to build 2 mirror image sides now, basically. So I think I'm going to get on and start that. It's back soon. So I've got both halves of F36 joined together down that centre line, and the next thing to do is put this doubler over the join, which is F36-3, and that is basically gonna sit there like that. Obviously when you glue this on you want to make sure that it's perfectly lined up, because there is a former that goes through those slots and into the slots there. So what I would do is just grab the former that goes in there and use that to line this up as you glue it. Back soon when I've done it. So I've glued this part on, F36-1, which is the last main sort of bit of the side of the fuselage. And so the last things I'm going to do today are glue that in to the fuselage, and also glue this part in here, which is going to slot in there, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue them in. I'm just using these two formers here, which are F3 and F4, just to position the pieces of wood. So you can see it butts up at the back here onto F4, and it also butts up there in that slot. So we have the exact position where that piece of wood should go, so we can glue it in. Almost the same with this one. That actually slots in there, so we've got a position, and it basically just lines up at the front there. And I don't know if you can see it round here, but there should be an equal gap, so that block is going to sit flush with that cutout right there and there. So that is a position of those two pieces of wood. So I'm going to get them glued up, and then I think I'm going to call it a day for today. So I'll come back to you when I've glued those two parts in. So those final strengthening bits are gluing off, and I've decided just to leave that to glue off overnight. So I've just wood glued it. So yeah, not bad at all. We now know where everything pretty much goes, and that it goes together. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Not the longest video, but you know, we're getting there. There will be more progress tomorrow. So I'll see you all then for part 5. Oh, 5 already, of the DW Hobby Fokker triplane build. Bye.
Thank you for watching Captain Rob's RC Model Geeks. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. If you want to see more of the same type of videos, don't forget you can subscribe. If you want to support us, you can use PayPal, paypal.me/RC Model Geeks. If you want to contact us, you can email us rcmodelgeeks@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.